I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to BlueCast. Happy holidays. It is that time of the year. It's very cold outside, so we've got the fire going. We're very cozy in here. We're ready to dive deep into the woo-woo history of mushrooms and Christmas, and we're going to see about a possible hidden connection between the fly agaric or Amanita Muscaria mushroom and Christmas. So without further delay, let's get right into it. So if you're walking through the woods this time of year and there's snow on the ground, one of the most striking things that you can see is the Amanita Muscaria mushroom popping out from underneath the snow. It's red and white coloring, has, it's iconic. We all know it. We've seen it in things like Alice in Wonderland, where when she eats the mushroom, it changes her size. From that to Super Mario, where when he eats the mushroom, it changes his size. Well, that's interesting. One of the most commonly reported effects of the fly agaric mushroom, whether you're eating it or smoking it, is these so-called Gulliverian and Lilliputian hallucinations. Both of these terms are named for the book Gulliver's Travels, where a story that follows this fellow Gulliver goes and meets these little people known as Lilliputians. In the oldest known text that seems to refer to these type of hallucinations, Saint Macarius the Elder of Alexandria, who lived in 300 AD, speaks of little strangers. Ancient Siberian peoples referred to fly agaric men and Amanita girls in connection with the Amanita intoxication. So it is possible that Santa's elves are actually mechanical elves a la Terence McKenna. But really, this mushroom is iconic in the stories, the art, the glyphs of our human history, and it could just be the secret meaning of Christmas. Robert Gordon Wasson, an ethnomycologist, and anthropologist John A. Rush have investigated the history of this mushroom and the ritualistic history, as well as the psychedelic properties of this mushroom. And in their research, both of these researchers came to the conclusion that the Amanita Muscaria mushroom is closely related to the Christmas story. So let's dig a little deeper and see why that is. The Koryaks of Siberia and the Kamchadales, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. These are both Aboriginal groups located near the Arctic Circle, or the North Pole. Both had similar traditions for their winter solstice celebrations, their festivities around that time of the year. On the winter solstice, which is December 21st, these groups held rituals that were guided by their shamans, and their shamans were way deep into the woo-woo of the Amanita Muscaria mushroom. So there are lots of undesirable effects if you walk outside, pluck one of these out of the ground, and eat them. So what these fellers would do is they would dehydrate their mushrooms by placing them on pine tree boughs. So maybe that's like a Christmas ornament. You could see how that would be similar there. And they would also hang them up in stockings over their fire. Are you seeing the pattern here? Additionally, reindeer played a role in this tradition. The reindeer were actually great in helping reduce the toxicity of this mushroom by way of them eating the mushroom. For whatever reason, reindeer don't seem to be affected negatively by the alkaloids in the Amanita Muscaria mushroom. So what the shamans would do is collect the urine of these reindeer that have been eating the Amanita Muscaria mushroom, and then you can drink the urine. And aside from the fact that you're drinking deer piss, there are less negative effects from the Amanita Muscaria mushroom. And I gotta tell you guys, reindeers absolutely love this shit. They can't get enough of it. Reindeer herders in the Arctic Circle actually would use dried Amanita Muscaria mushrooms, and they would carry them around in a little pouch and feed them to the reindeer that they were herding so that they didn't lose any. They'd keep them all together because they knew that the reindeer herder had all the good mushrooms. So, after the shaman would ingest these mushrooms or drink reindeer piss, uh, the hallucinations and reactions to the amanita would begin. With some legends saying that during their trips, the shamans managed to see the future of their community. They could turn into animals and fly towards the North Star in search of knowledge to share with their people. So after their trip, they would return to their yurt and meet with the important people of their village or whatever. And oftentimes there was a shitload of fucking snow on the ground. They're near the Arctic Circle, so the only way into the yurt was through the chimney hole on the roof. So we have a mushroom shaman interacting with reindeers coming through the chimney near Christmas. Now, clothing is another similarity that we can see here, as some research indicates that to honor the Amanita muscaria mushroom, some of these shamans would wear red and white. And even more interesting is that they would wear reindeer boots made from the hide of a reindeer, which turned black over time after repeated use in the snow. So who does that sound like? So over time, this shamanic archetype would change, and it's said that with the travel of the Druids, this tradition spread to Great Britain. Then through cultural exchange, it was kind of paired up with Germanic and Nordic myths that related adventures such as those of Wotan, which is a Germanic god, and Odin, the Nordic counterpart, who, when traveling through the night of the winter solstice, were chased by demons in a sleigh pulled by an 8-legged horse. It was said that a trail of red and white blood fell from the sleigh, and that the horses frothed white foam to the ground, where the Amanita mushrooms would appear the following year. And the Sami people of Lapland, who hail from northern Finland, which, again, not far from the North Pole, centered both reindeer and fly agaric mushrooms in their culture. These Sami religious leaders, called shamans, would act as mediators between this world and the spirit world, traveling by reindeer as they visited homes during the winter solstice to perform healing rituals with the psychedelic mushrooms. These shamans were even known to dress in characteristic red and white. But during the winter, many doorways would be snowed in, leaving only one way to enter the house. You guessed it, through the chimney. So, what do you guys think? Was Santa a mushroom shaman? Are his reindeer that he has on Dasher and Donner and all those fellas, are those just a means for Santa to trip balls on reindeer piss? Are his elves actually machine elves, a la Terrence McKenna? What the fuck is going on with Christmas? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Does all this seem to add up? It seems to add up for me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed this content. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that notification bell, do all that sort of stuff, because that does really help this channel get out there to more people. As always, there's a link in our description to the Discord community that you should definitely join. We are 17,000 people strong, 17,000 psychonauts, all joined together under one roof to celebrate the cool shit that these substances do in a safe way. So we're proud of that, and we're proud of our community. Again, link is in the description for that. So until next time, you guys, happy holidays and spread love.
I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about.